If you were transported 50 years back, what would you do? Conditions. You have a week to prepare. You are transported to the same place without things and completely naked. 1 week. Research sports games, lottery drawings, stock prices, etc. On the last day, get my ass kicked. Nothing permanent, but I have to look bad. When I get there, I pretend that I've been left for dead and don't remember my name. I get processed as a John Doe. I get a new job, earn some money, and start investing and betting. Get all important information tattooed on my body. I won't remember all the details. I slowly walk up to a group of punks and say, "Your clothes, give them to me, now." Your like and subscription will really help my channel. I am a scientist, and I know a lot about medicine and biology. I will try to share knowledge about technology, medicine, and science to help people solve the problems they faced at that time. I am also interested in natural and man-made disasters, so I could help prevent some terrible events in history and save people: tsunami in Japan, earthquakes in South America, Chernobyl, etc. If I started sharing my knowledge, the secret police would kidnap me and put me in prison. They would extract all my knowledge from me, and I would never see the light of day again. I'm in Cambodia now. I don't want the Khmer Rouge to smash my head with a pickaxe. In a week, I would go as far as possible. For example, to South Korea or South Vietnam. I would also remember the winners of the World Cup and the Olympic Games. In preparation, I would study Wikipedia and memorize a list of people who will become famous in the future, like Steve Jobs or Freddie Mercury. Hang out with them in their youth, give them some ideas, maybe even write a few songs or something like that. Also, I would read about the main events of the 70s and 80s to at least prepare a little. And I want to remind you that in many countries, you can't win lotteries by memorizing numbers. I would rather memorize major sporting events. In a week of preparation, I have to break into a lab that holds samples of older diseases and vaccinate myself against every strain from the 1970s I can find. Like every conversation I've ever had about time travel ends up being about the immune system and the evolution and adaptation of diseases. If you were to travel any more than a few years into the past or future, your immune system would be vastly unprepared for the bacteria and viruses it would be bombarded with. Disease is, I feel, an issue with time travel that people don't really consider. I would be in a unique position to stop several very catastrophic events from happening to my family. My grandfather died young because he was in a car accident on a foggy night. I can tell him not to go or somehow delay him, and he will probably survive. Even if he lives a month longer, that's a victory. My cousin died accidentally while building a house. I would take steps to protect him. At the time, my family owned some property on what is now a very popular beach. I will make sure they buy and keep as much of that property as possible instead of the small piece they have today. Lots of good ideas for getting rich in this thread, but we're ignoring the easiest way to avoid the initial awkwardness. Go to the beach, and after you're zapped back in time, just pretend that the tide washed away your clothes and wallet while you were swimming. I'd just pretend to be a tourist who hitchhiked from another state a couple hours before. It's the 1970s. Even if the police get involved to help, they can't easily check interstate records to verify your story. Get a clean set of clothes, perform odd jobs to afford a bus ticket, then implement any of these other excellent plans. Find out where my best friend's mom lived in the 1970s, become her high school sweetheart, eventually marry her, and become the father of my best friend, Checkmate Adam, and of course memorize a bunch of lotto numbers. New video every day. Your like and subscription will really help my channel.